Hey guys, it's me, Sonic Toast Jr. Gaming, and today I am here to show you the next Mario Kart review in our series. So, this is a pretty interesting one, because we're doing two.
A double feature.
Yeah.
I'm Benton, this in one gaming, by the way. Lambo Bros double feature.
Yep. Okay. What the heck?
I love being live.
Yep. So, you guys can't see it. I don't even know what's happening.
Get to see the human side of us.
Yeah. That's one way to say, okay, we're back.
Other technical difficulties.
So, I'm just gonna say what happened real quick. I was trying to close it out so we didn't get the, volume reverb this time. Which I hope we don't, but I can't guarantee. Crap, I chose the wrong mode. Yeah. And so I closed out everything, and I thought I closed this out, but obviously not, because the webcam was still rolling. Then. So yeah, today, if you saw, we are starting with Grumble Volcano.
Oh.
And for those of you who don't know, because we forgot to do it, we are the Lambros because we're Mario and Luigi in our Lamborghinis.
Obviously.
Also today we're going to start debuting a new intro for the Lambros. Outro. Yeah. Which will be shot live, so tell us what you think of it when it comes. So this course.
Don't we have a lot to say about this course?
That's one way to say it.
You want to start?
I'll let you start.
Okay, why don't we start with my most positive score on appearance, which was a 3.5 out of 5. Now,
wonderful. I'm just gonna say, what did we give Moonview?
I gave it like a 4.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, what's the lowest score we gave Moonview? Wasn't it like a 2?
My lowest was like a 3.
Yeah.
And that was on the worst category, so.
And mine was like a 2. So, if my lowest was a 2, and the highest here is a 3.5, you can guess where this is about to get going.
So.
I don't want to say anything about Coconut Mall, but it does not have any 3s.
Appearance. This track
had a 5 for me originally, but
it has problems with its appearance. So it's trying to be a volcano track, but also the question blocks are out of place then. The billboards outside the volcano are out of place. And once we get to the volcano,
what just happened to me?
You'll be able to see these towers, which why is that in a volcano?
They're on Ben's screen right now.
Yeah, why is that in a volcano in the first place? So I just knocked off points because I thought it was supposed to be a volcano erupting, and what works in this track though.
Yes.
So the fire spitting up and.
Yeah, there was one thing I didn't notice until right before we started recording, and I told Ben, I think I'm gonna give this track a 5 on appearance. Then he reminded me of the towers, which I showed him.
The towers, the pipes out here in this last section of the track. There's just too much out of place stuff.
And some of the textures aren't very good.
Yeah, but what works, so I gave it a 3.5 out of 5.
I gave it a 4.75, although I don't know how confident I am in that score just because of how much. But yeah, what really works, like right up here, the flame hoppers, whatever they're called, they have really good fire effects, and like the lava looks nice. It's just a shame that,
this track doesn't know what it wants to be.
Yeah.
It wants to be a volcano, but then there's too much out-of-place things.
I was actually telling Ben before we recorded, wouldn't it be cool? I came up with an alternate theory of what this place was supposed to be.
Yeah, we were talking about what theme were they actually trying to go for here.
Do you want to tell them what it came up
No, because you came up with it. You
Okay.
can tell them.
So I said, this course would work really well. This is going to sound so stupid. If it was like Bowser's Castle under construction. With like the pipes and the lava and everything. And like the towers, which look very Bowser's Castle-esque. Especially the N64 Bowser's Castle. The tower's very similar to them. Yeah, it's just so similar. And that would be a much better way. Especially considering that this is in Star Cup. Which is a cup before,
Special.
Yes. So it would be kind of like a foreshadowing of what would happen later. But no, they didn't decide to go with that.
That I feel like what Nintendo did here was did a main theme, which was the volcano, and then just placed extra things around it, like billboards, pipes, and like blocks.
The billboards is what did it for me.
Towers. There's even like an entranceway if you saw it in the intro to the track. So what works works. What doesn't really stands out like a sore thumb, which is bad for this track. Time to move on to the next category, which is fairness. This should be fun.
Oh.
I'll let you go first on this one.
I'm just gonna warn you guys.
It's about to get ugly for this review.
Also, I just want to give you guys a brief anecdote real quick. When I was younger, and wow, this is embarrassing to say, but I was grounded for aggressively swearing at this game, specifically on this course. So, I was grounded for a month for raging at this. If that doesn't tell you what type of course this is, I don't know what will. I gave fairness a 1.5 out of 5. And even that I feel is too high for it.
Yeah, this track is definitely not fair. Track pieces fall just out of the ordinary. It's supposed to be the volcano erupting, but then again, this track doesn't know what it wants to be, so I'm not even sure if this is in place anymore. Like, you can bump into too many things. Like, there's a ramp right outside the volcano once you get onto the land section that literally shoots you to the edge. Like, this ramp right here literally shoots you to the edge, and you have to make a sharp turn. So, that's...
And unless you're a bike...
That's not fair.
That's
See, look, I was on a
impossible.
cart, and I bumped into something. But, yeah, I gave this track a 2 out of 5 on fairness. A little bit more generous than Ethan. Because, well, I'm a little bit more lenient on fairness because
I'm not.
I can deal with it. I don't want to say a little bit better, but I've never fully cussed this track out and everything. But it is unfair. It really is. But you just got to remember that there are other tracks in this game that are so much better. So
No, the funny thing is, this is the track. To my knowledge, I've been grounded 3 times because of this game. Twice for cussing it out. Granted, at the time I didn't know what I was saying, but you know, I still did it. Does that make it okay? No, but And then another time, my parents were like, if you're angry, punch the pillow. And, like, I beat the crap out of the pillow. And so, they're like, okay, that's enough video games for today. 2 of those times, the pillow and one of the swearings was about this course. The other was about Bowser's Castle on 150cc, which...
Yeah, another thing I would like to say is, can somebody please tell me, out of the Star Cup, this is a great cup by the look at the tracks on here. Maple Treeway, Koopa Cake, Daisy Circuit. And then
they're some of the best tracks in the game.
And then it's ruined by this stupid track that it's hated. Why did they decide to remake it for Mario Kart 8? I will never understand, instead of one of these other great tracks that they could have remade for Mario Kart 8.
I do have to say, though, the Mario Kart 8 version isn't as bad, Because it has one saving grace. That area we were saying where it like shoots you when you have that sharp turn has a glider, which is the only thing saving it from being just as bad. The only area where it gets better is appearance, because I think that some of like the piping and stuff isn't in that version.
And it just looked better. Like, well, that's obvious, but you know.
Next gen console, but still, maybe it's because the Wii's graphics are very subpar. Even like this would have flown in GameCube as average graphics. I don't care though, because we got some of the best Mario Kart characters, some of which never came back, including my main Funky Kong, which I'm still salty. They could sell him as a DLC pack all on his own with like one cart for $5 and I would buy it.
Alright, well, getting a little bit off topic here.
Yeah.
Next is a track layout. This is basically how this track would be. Let's take away the crappy theming. Alright, let's take that away. Let's take away the appearance. And just look at how the track is as a track. I gave this track a 2 out of 5 for layout. Because the first part of the track I feel like really has a solid layout. To me, where this track falls apart is its second half and when you're going out of the volcano, and mainly because of one thing. For me, Ethan has a different reason of why the layout is bad for him, but my reason is, you see these slowdown sections? There are way too many slowdown sections in this track.
In this high-octane racing game.
Yeah, and you have to make sharp turns in this track too. And you could like turn right off onto a slow section. You could boost into a slow section. And your only other option if you don't boost into a slow section is to go off the map or something. I mean, yeah, get a star, get a Mega Mushroom, I don't know. Those don't affect the track though. That's why I gave this a 2.5, because I feel like overall the track layout has a solid layout, but is ruined by the slowdown sections. That's my biggest gripe with it. That's why I gave it a 2.5. Ethan, to you.
Okay, most of you probably already know this. There's a reason I gave this a 1 above everything else. Take away all the terrible parts where the track falls away. Take away
slowdown sections.
Take away slowdown sections. There's one thing in this track that ruins it. This track can be beaten in 20 sections with in like 20 seconds with a game-breaking glitch. And it's one of, I know all Mario Kart Wii tracks have something like this, where people have been able to clip through. Like, there's one Ghost I have downloaded in Moo Moo Meadows that beats it in like milliseconds, but it's a lot harder to do and most likely homebrewed. So, you know, I can't really fault Nintendo as much. This one, they made a rideable platform out of the distance of the player unless you do a still boost where you brake and then put your and then press down the gas button so you get mini turbos. I mostly use it for balloon battle and coin runners, but I also know I can use it for this map to skip all of the track, because you boost up onto this rock near the starting line, and then you just do 3 loops around it, and you beat the track.
That's why I give it a low score for layout.
The fact that Nintendo programmed that in just is ridiculous.
It ruins it. And, I mean, yeah. So, next category is co-op / replayability. And my score for this category is abysmal. It is a 1 out of 5. And this is because you're playing with a friend. Like, me and Ethan aren't having the best time right now.
I am actively hating this.
Me too, because I have fallen in cheap deaths and stuff all the time.
The
It's
first
not
time, like-
enjoyable.
No, the first
At
time I
all.
played this, during the review, I like got trapped on one of them while it fell in the lava
That just
for, like-
happened to me.
for like 5 seconds, and that's when I knew how this review was gonna go. I instantly knew. We're people who can almost always beat tracks, but right now we are in 8th and 11th.
That tells you how. And this, like, I recommend play this track for Grand Prix and
And
time
play it-
trials.
Play it for Staff Ghost, play it for Grand Prix, and then
And-
never play it again.
No, just don't play it again. It's not going to be enjoyable, most likely, and it's just a bad track. See, he got me with an item. I'm not even mad because I was messed up by the track. This track is just awful. It's hands down one of the worst tracks in the game.
To be fair,
Maybe even one of the worst tracks in Mario Kart.
To be fair, that was hard to skill shot you with that without your item alert going off. Because then I knew I would never get it in.
Anyway, this track sucks. It just does.
It's terrible.
It's not a good track at all.
Okay, I just lost.
So, yep. That's all I have to say for this track. Is
It sucks.
it's a piece of crap. I felt like Nintendo, the people who designed this track,
They know better.
same people who designed the other tracks in the Star Cup, like the exact same cup. Come on, they could have made this wishful thinking, the Bowser Castle construction thing.
But no.
No, it's just a jumbled
Also,
pile
I like
of
to
volcano.
think another thing I like to think about it before we move on to the next course is with all the trees and the pipes and stuff. I like to think that this is what happened when like a catastrophic volcano hit the Mushroom Kingdom and like made it a barren wasteland.
A volcano just doesn't pop out of the ground in the Mushroom Kingdom, though. So, even if it was trying to think to something, it couldn't. I mean,
These are the same people who made it possibly canon that Bowser Jr.'s mom is Peach.
that's true.
So I think a volcano is not that unrealistic.
Well, Nintendo logic. So, let's move on to our next track, which
Coconut Mall.
we go from a bad track to
Do we even need to say our opinion on this track?
this track is amazing.
There's only one thing I don't like about it.
Yeah,
It's not a retro course in every game ever, like it should be.
it really should be.
Also, it's kind of underrated, which is
It is. This is one of the best tracks in Wii. And I got distracted there by the items, but I don't really care because I'm going to come back and beat him anyway.
I'm
Like-
behind you.
Anyway, this track is just so great. It looks great. It knows its theme. It's inside a mall. Like, who doesn't like that? The
Also-
shortcut is fun if you know where it is and know how to use it. But
Which is almost everyone.
yeah, and like even the Mii's outside, like the driving,
They're charming.
they are. This is a very good track, and it's a beginning. Like, it's one of the first tracks you're probably gonna play if you pick up this game. This is one of the first tracks you're gonna play.
I also want to say something.
So
Last time on Moonview Highway episode, we mentioned how we live near a big city, and that we can relate to like the traffic and stuff. The city also has a lot of malls,
yes,
and I live in a family where I'm the only guy. So you can guess my experience with these malls, but you know, yeah.
a lot of malls. I mean,
If they don't know where we live yet, they're stupid.
yeah.
Well, unless they're not local.
That's true.
If you're local, you know.
If you're local, you have no excuse.
You know exactly what city we're talking about. Not even gonna say what state, but you know.
Only thing, like, basically my scores were appearance 5 out of 5. I mean, just look at the track.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It knows its theme.
Same.
It's a great track. For my fairness,
4 out of 5 for me.
4 out of 5 for me too.
Because of the parking lot, and sometimes the elevators will switch right as you're.
Yeah, that
on
happened to me today when I was playing it. So, yeah.
Like every few laps they change, and so if you're on them when they change, that can be really unfair. That's the only problem.
That'll punish first place.
Yeah.
So, and for layout, I gave it a 5 out of 5. This track has one of the strongest layouts.
I did the same. And then co-op potential of 4. The only reason I didn't rate it higher is because there's a few courses that are a bit more interesting.
A bit more intense for co-op play, like Moonview Highway, because we both gave that a 5 out of 5 in co-op. And I gave this a 4 out of 5 in co-op. This is a fun track to play with people, but not the best one in Wii. So overall, our scores for this track are super positive, and I think it's outro time.
It's almost outro time. What's it called? Yeah. So play Coconut Mall if you have the chance.
You will have the chance. If you own this game, you already have it unlocked. So.
Or if you have the 3DS game.
Yes, that's
Mario
true.
Kart 7 has this as a retro track. I recommend playing it. Anyway, it's outro time.
Can you imagine if Mario Kart 8 had this as a retro track?
That's what I said. Is that
this would be, because everything's good looking in that game. It's one of the best looking games on the Wii U. Probably is the best looking so far.
I would consider it one of the best looking games of the console generation. Anyway, let's start the outro.
Okay. Oh wait.
Not Toad.
I know. I'm sorry. You have to go back though. Live people.
Live. So right before we start this, because we don't have much time. What's your channel?
My channel is Ben Tennyson 1 Gaming. I basically post whatever I feel like posting. If people comment,
usually One Piece.
Not really, but I could. If people want to, I could talk about topics or just play some games or try to speedrun, because I've been working on speedrunning Super Mario Bros. So if you want to see that, if you're interested, go to my channel. I might have that up soon. Yeah, that's basically what I do.
If he's ready, we're gonna try the outro and probably fail. It doesn't even matter. We could drift. Try to be within the same. We need to stay close together for this to work,
Are we in time trial?
No.
No?
But crap. You can't time trial. So just stay near me, and we'll make this work as best we can.
Let's stay near the back.
Yeah. We'll give everyone a few seconds to go ahead.
Wow.
I'm waiting for them to get to that turn, and then we'll go. Let's go. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell us what videos you want next. This is me, Ben Tennyson 1. Don't activate your item. And we are the Super Lambro Bros. Lambo Bros. I don't know anymore. Wait for me. I hit a slow spot. Okay. Yeah. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that we can afford the upkeep of our Lamborghinis.
Yep. Custom design too. They're not cheap.
This is Anna Ethan.
And Ben Tennyson 1.
Signing out.